What's going on, everyone? It's the Niskel. Welcome back to Conker's Bad Fur Day. Bet you didn't see this coming. For Bonus 4, this bonus episode probably would never have happened unless somebody had brought something to my attention. Apparently in Bonus 1, where I showed you all the cheat codes, somebody said that I had missed some. Now, of course, I always try to get every answer to every question given to me, and as soon as I saw this list, I knew it had to be fake. Here's the list of cheats that this individual said I missed. Now, immediately, just to make sure there was no stone left unturned, I got my cartridge, I tried them, and they didn't work. So, in response, I mentioned that he probably had a hacked copy or something to that effect, like maybe using Game Shark. Not the case. They had mentioned that they had also used the codes in order to get these, to get these hidden characters for multiplayer. And then that immediately confused me, because it didn't work on mine, but apparently it worked on theirs. So, just to, again, leave no stone unturned, I went to the internet and tried out a bunch of different cheat code sites. The results baffled me. Literally, half and half. Half of the sites I went to didn't have the code. The other half did have the code. So now, with an inconclusive answer, there was only one solution. I had to go to the source itself and talk to Christopher Sivor, the creator of Conker's Bad Fur Day and the voice of the squirrel himself. I managed to ask Christopher Sivor a couple simple questions, just to get a few answers wrapped up here that I personally had with the Let's Play. So I managed to find him on Twitter, and by the way, he's the nicest man you've ever seen. And then we got to start talking. And I do thank him for actually agreeing to do this, because it was kind of out of the blue, because I really wanted to know where these codes were. So first of all, I tried to go for like a simple icebreaker, asking about the windmill. I asked to see if it was ever planned to be a playable level, because if you watch the Let's Play, after the war chapter, the windmill gets destroyed and you never get to go inside. Well, technically you get to go inside, but you know what I mean. The answer was very interesting, saying it was meant as a joke. Now, I can understand that, seeing as how, the windmill got destroyed and you technically got in it then, so there's the joke. But then he brings up 12 Tales, the original model of Conker, and that makes a lot more sense. That's why it was still there when it was brought over to Bad Fur Day, because they didn't want to have to remodel it, they decided to keep that model. So that makes a lot of sense. And then we get to the cheat codes that I was wondering about. His response was very, very interesting. So, all the codes that have been implemented in Bad Fur Day, the ones that I showed you, are all the legitimate codes. There are none missing. Because, people smarter than I have hacked the game and found all the codes themselves. So the Panther King, while he's not a playable character, he was considered, but it was just never implemented into Live and Reloaded. And sadly, he doesn't remember all of them. I had to rack his brain for this, and I feel so bad about it, but I got the answer I wanted. But then it gets to the fabled questions, the ones that I was wondering about. And it has to do with the censorship. See, back when I was a kid and playing this game, which I shouldn't have, but yeah, I didn't listen to the rules much, there was a fabled code, or a way to play the game to where you could get it 100% uncensored. So I just had to ask, was there a way that I was missing and that the entire world was missing? Again, the answer to this was very intriguing. The way he responds is, he finds it more offensive that the bleeps are actually there. I honestly see it. I can see how that would be more offensive, because then you have to use your imagination into what they actually said. And, actually hearing a bleep, it kind of hammers home on what they actually said. If they said it as just a plain word, it would lose its effect almost immediately. So then he gave an example, a very funny example, by the way, of what would happen if you added random bleeps into something kid-friendly. You would be heartbroken if you heard something like that in this. Now, curiosity got to me at this point. So you couldn't fully uncensor Bad Fur Day. What about the censorship in Live and Reloaded? The thing I complained about throughout the entire Let's Play of that game. Again, his answer baffled me. I was right. it was Microsoft that bleeped Live and Reloaded. They're the ones that asked for more bleeping. Now, one aspect that he liked personally, and the one that I didn't like, was actually the song for the Great Mighty Pooh in Live and Reloaded. He thought it actually added a bit more, a bit more tenseness when you actually heard the bleeps. And again, I can totally agree with what he has to say here. It is indeed a fine balance. So there's one more question that I actually thought up on the spot, and I was very curious as soon as I came up with the question as to what he'd say. Because up until now, all the answers to the questions I had given him have blown me away. Imagine my shock when I asked him the simple question, should Conker come back? Whether as an HD release or a reimagining of the entire game. Because there were initially plans to have a Conker's Bad Fur Day sequel called The Other Bad Fur Day, where, there was plans where he would become king and get into all sorts of mayhem. Here's what I got. Maybe a rare compilation pack. That is brilliant. I don't know if Rare still likes money or if they like being a reputable company. I think they've kind of sealed their coffin with Microsoft. But if they ever want to get money quickly, I'm thinking this HD pack is the way to start, a new revolution of Rare coming back and, not being as sucky. So that was all the questions that I honestly had for Mr. Sivor, and it was great to talk to a game designer to one of my favorite games and see all the deep hidden secrets or answers to questions that I had for a long time. So, as far as bonus episodes, this should be the last one. Everything is cleared up now. All the cheat codes, all the secrets, everything. There are a few small Easter eggs that I have failed to mention, so let me go over a couple that I remember offhand while I'm here. If you actually go into the Barn Boys chapter and you feed the mouse cheese, anytime he farts or burps, walk into the cloud and you'll get sick. Actually getting on top of the windmill legitimately takes a bit of finesse. You probably won't be seeing any gameplay footage because I've only managed to do it once. The reason you can't get up there, based on what little I know about programming, is there are invisible walls preventing you from getting to the top of the windmill. So you aren't able to get up there legitimately, and I've actually seen Game Sharks to this effect, to where they actually have to go around a physical invisible barrier just to get on top of the windmill. But once you do get up there, there's nothing to it. You can go up the stairs, you can go into the door, but it turns out that's a wall too. So getting into the door won't help you at all. And plus, as soon as you get to the top of the windmill, the entire bottom of the game starts glitching out and it looks really bad. And I think that'll do it. Just a small couple tidbits that I forgot to mention in the original Let's Play. So, if anything else comes up, I don't think it should. I'll see you guys next time, where we resume where we left off.